Well, some of you guys remember the K321 that goes on my 432. I got it back a couple weeks ago from the machine shop where they honed out the cylinder to make it the right fit on the piston. If you remember, it was too tight. There was only about 3.5 thousandths clearance, and he brought it out to about 7.5. So 7.5 to 8, somewhere in there. So anyways, I got it back, and it's been a month, and I haven't had time to work on anything for the last month. I've been really busy at work, and it gets dark early, and just stuff, you know. So I got a little bit of energy tonight. I was at the Jacktown show today, and I got all pumped up to work on something, seeing all this crap there. So maybe we can put this Kohler together. So let's take a look at it. All right, so here's the block. And like I said, it's honed out. They didn't touch any of this crap. I'm going to clean that up before I put it together, but it got carboned up pretty bad with a little bit of runtime it had on it. So pretty much the procedure here is that put it together the exact opposite of taking it apart. First thing we got to do is put the governor in it, and then the valve, tappets, camshaft, like that. But before I do anything, I have to clean up all these parts. They're all dirty from sitting around in the garage for a month. So I'm going to take my compressor with the air nozzle and use the compressor and blow them off, and we'll use some brake parts cleaner, make sure there's no crap on anything. We'll oil the crap out of everything when it goes back together, and hopefully we're good. So let's get started. Well, let's see. Here's all our parts here. And here's our first part that we got to deal with, the governor cross shaft and the governor gear itself. And what we're going to do is just blow this out. Make sure there's not any crap in it. That's good. We got our little spacer. We got the cross shaft. That's actually going to be the first part that we're going to put in the motor. So what I'm going to do is try to clear off my little cardboard chunk here and get the block back up here, and we'll see if we can start putting it together. And get my Taco Bell water cup out of the way. So let's see what we got. So we're going to try to clean up this block here. And I'm going to just give it a little squirt of this brake parts cleaner. And I got this little brass brush here, which hopefully is good enough to clean up these valve seats of this carbony, oily crap, because the brass doesn't scratch the steel, which is cool. Yeah, it's starting to come off. A little bit of elbow grease, not bad. But yeah, I don't know. This thing was so frustrating to me before. When it was too tight, it was just getting everything was getting all screwed up. You can see this, like, it shouldn't have this much carbon deposited on it for running for less than an hour. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I'll keep working at this, and we're going to do this before we put the governor in. This is really the only thing that I need to touch on this block. So this thing is really just about good. I've hit it a couple times, and stuff's pretty tough, actually. Doesn't really like to come off very easily, but the important parts here are clean, the actual valve seat area, and there's just a little bit of discoloration on the top of the block here, but that ain't gonna hurt anything. And it's amazing how quick crap gets just, you know, carboned up with junk. It's really pathetic, actually, you know. This stuff's pretty tough. I mean, I'm scrubbing it pretty good here. It doesn't want to break free too easily. So we're going to call that good enough. Alright, so I'll pick up this block and put it up there. Just kind of heavy, so let's see if we can get this going. There we go. Let's see, so we got it up here, and so the first thing we got to do is put in the governor and the governor cross shaft, and that's going to be on the other side. So let me turn it around here, see what we can do. Some tape on this stupid thing. So here's where our governor cross shaft goes. So sometimes you just gotta reach up in there and put her in. Let's see if we can do this. It'd be smarter to have the engine upside down, but basically what you gotta do is put the shaft in there, and then you can put the governor gear, the shaft into the gear, but you actually got to put it inside the motor like this and have the shaft come out this hole up here. Let's see if I can do this kind of. I'm in a blind situation here, but you get the idea. There we go. I think I got it. Oh, I'm about to drop it. There we go. So the cross shaft comes out the side, just hanging up there loose, and then you can put the gear on and the spacer. So I'll turn off the camera and we'll finish this. Alright, so I was misspeaking. It's been a while, but the actual shaft for the governor goes this way. So it actually rides on a little stub right here, and the cross shaft just goes like this to intercept this part here going in and out as the speed changes. So anyways, I can do that here. You can see the back of it is right about here. So one of those little intricacies, but you can get it on there. Let's see, there we go. It's on. Now my cross shaft will go on next. So I'll just tighten this up by hand for now. And that is binding. It shouldn't be. There we go. Let's make sure that still turns. I gotta take the oil pan off of this thing. Oh, I gotta find there's a special screw that goes in here. Here it is. This is this little like kind of pin to hold it in place. So let me just give that a little wipe down really quick, and we'll put that in. Let's see. Yeah, that goes in here. And just kind of hand tighten that for now. Now the next thing I got to do is actually take the oil pan off. I don't think I can do all this with the oil pan in. So I probably could actually. So what I got to do is put my valve lifters in. It's just much easier to do this upside down. So my dipstick is up here. That might be interfering. I have to put a new gasket on it anyways, so might as well just take it all off. Let me get some screwdrivers. Alright, so I got the bolts out of the oil pan. And then, let's see here. Look at all this carbon inside this valve. Holy shit. Maybe I should try to clean that up a little bit better inside. But so let me get this block off the oil pan. And just get this oil pan out of the way. We're going to flip the whole block upside down. Just make this whole process easier so we can work on it like this. And you can see the governor down there now pretty good. And what we'll do is we'll work on those valve tappets here. So again, we're going to clean them off, and we're actually going to get some oil and put a little oil on them before we put them together. I put an X on this one to mark it for exhaust with just a Sharpie when I was taking it apart. So that's what we'll do. I'm just going to get my little squirt oil can, and then I can just give a little squirt of oil when I'm putting it together. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a squirt. Let's see. This is just some 30 weight oil. And, oops, knocked something on the ground. Just make sure you're in the exhaust side. You can look where the carb goes. That's intake. Where the, oh shit, almost dropped it. Where the exhaust side is, obviously would be the exhaust valve. And, you know, that's pretty much it. Where the heck's my intake valve? Got kind of a mess going here, as you can see. This is not ideal conditions for rebuilding a freaking engine, I'll tell you that. It should be a lot cleaner, but oh well. That's what I got, and this is what we're going to use. Where's my intake? What the heck? This is my old camshaft that's broken. It should probably be close to this. Here's a valve. That's my exhaust valve. Where is my intake side? Huh. It's not over here. Oh no, these are the valves that came out of it right here. Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. Let me see. I put an eye on this, so I knew it was the intake. Do the same thing. I'm just going to wipe this down and just give it a quick little blow off. And we'll give it a little bit of oil, and we'll put it in the hole. Okay, I got that. So the next step here is the camshaft itself, and I'm going to be using this camshaft here that actually has a good spring on it. If you remember the original cam that was in there, the compression release spring was broken, missing on this one, so we'll use this other one instead, and there's no difference, they're the same thing. So this one I had drawn a line on with a magic marker for the timing mark. I'll do the same thing with this one, but this thing is really dirty. It was just sitting in the garage for a couple of years. I don't know what all this red paint is on there and crap, but we're going to clean it up really good before we put it in, so I'll come back to you.